What is better, 1981 or 1991? I'm gonna tell you what was popular both years and let you decide. Welcome back to the Junk Room, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with yet another video. That's right, another video. Today we're gonna do something interactive. I'm gonna give you a look at the movies, the music, the cartoons, the toys, and more from 1981 and 1991. And then I'm gonna have a special link in the description below, also put it in the comments, where you can go vote. And then next week, I'll come back with those results and tell you what you out there, the viewers of this channel, decided if 1981 was better than 1991 or 91 was better than 81. And you're saying, Junkman, why'd you start at 81 and not 1980? That's because, honestly, in the thumbnail, if I said 80s versus 90s, you would think I was talking about the whole decade, where we're just looking at each year. And if you guys like this video, maybe we'll do 82. And we might go back to 1980 versus 1990. As always, please support this channel. We're at Patreon. You can go to Patreon, get some exclusive content, or become a YouTube member. And you can also support this channel by going to junkmanmerch.com and getting some cool t-shirts like this one right here. Now, let's not waste any more of your time because I've already wasted a lot of it. Let's look at 1981 music versus 1991 music. Now, I'll be honest with you, most of this music I wasn't into, at least in the 80s. I was listening to Waylon Jennings and Conway Twitty and Hank Jr. But 91, I got more into the grunge sound and stuff. But let's see, I'm curious how this list will be. So let's start off with music. Number 10, 80s. Keep On Loving You. REO Speedwagon, classic. Now I really like Can't Fight This Feeling anymore, but for REO Speedwagon songs, Keep On Loving You is not a bad one. Number 10 of 1991, Baby Baby by Amy Grant. I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what it is. I know Amy Grant, that's about all I can tell you. Number 9, Dolly Parton. Talking about her 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Great song, still holds up today. So, number 9 for 1991, we have The First Time. I don't know what that is. Maybe you do, because I don't. Number 8. I didn't know this was a pop hit. To me, this was a country song growing up. The Great Eddie Rabbitt with I Love a Rainy Night. I love a rainy night. I love a... You remember that song, right? It's probably the second best rain song I can think of. Well, in 1991, number 8 song was I Like the Way. I thought I was really into music more in the 90s, but I don't know most of these 90s songs. Number 7. I think this is Daryl Hall and John Oates. In my notes, I didn't write down the artist, and I should have. Kiss on My List. Your kiss is on my list. Remember that? Pretty sure that's Hall and Oates. Number 7 from 1991 was More Than Words. I think it was Extreme or something. Really hated this song. I heard it a lot. I think it was back when MTV still played music. More Than Words. Number 6 in 1981, Celebration. You couldn't go out skating without hearing Celebration. Come on! I love that. That was great. Number 6. Unbelievable. Sorry about that. I had a phone call. Where was I? Oh, Celebration, come on, versus You're Unbelievable. I don't know, that wasn't the right tone, I know. Unbelievable. I think We're Gonna win the music one. Number 5. Love this song. Still up to date. Jesse's Girl. Oh, wanna tell her I love her, but the point is probably moot. Jesse's Girl. How can you not love Rick Springfield's Jessie Girl? That goes to 1991's One More Try. Can't sing it for you. I don't know what that one is. Number 4. Just Starting Over. I don't even know what that one is from the 80s. Just Starting Over. I don't know. I don't know that one. And that's against Rush Rush. If I remember correctly, this is Paula Abdul that had a video with Keanu Reeves, right? Forgot all about that song. Number 2, the great late Kenny Rogers with Lady. Remember that, Lady? Never one of my favorite, and what's his name, Kenny Rogers songs, but it was okay. And that's versus Gonna Make You Sweat. I guess that was sung by Keith Sweat. I'm not really sure. Number 2, Endless Love. Now, I know this song was the 80s, but when I think of the 90s when I hear this song, I think it's Billy Madison. No, not Billy Madison. Happy Gilmore. That's where I know this song from. And in 1991, number 2 song was I Want to Sex You Up. I know a lot of you are in heavy metal bands and everything, but just Color Me Bad just was, I mean, I like Guns N' Roses probably if I had to pick a heavy metal band over, what's the name? Oh, Color Me Bad. Ugh. And number 1 music, number 1 song of 1981 was, great song, Marty Feldman Eyes. Remember that song? He's got Marty Feldman Eyes. Oh, Betty Davis Eyes. Is that Kim Carnes? I swear, for years I thought it was Rod Stewart that sung this song. I'm still, when I hear it, I'm not sure. I said, that sounds like Rod Stewart to me. But apparently it's Kim Carnes. What's the number 1 song of 1991? Everything I Do for You. Bryan Adams from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I almost forgot the name of the movie. How can I forget the name of that movie? But that's a look at the top 10 songs of 1981 versus 91. So we'll skip that. Now we're going to go into television shows. This is the top 10 rated shows of 1981 versus 1991. And again, just to remind you, a link so you can vote for what you like best. Let's go. The number 10 show in 1981 was One Day at a Time. One Day at a Time. I thought that was more 70s. That had to be close to the end of the series because I think One Day at a Time, it just seems 70s in my head. Versus 1991's Room for Two. Room for Two. Never heard of this. It's number 10. Number 10 for the biggest shows of 1991. Never heard of it. Number 9, MASH. Hey, I did a video about the MASH action figures last week. I never really could get into MASH all that much. And 1991, number 9, Coach. Remember that? Greg T. Nelson as Coach? Never really got into it either. I know a lot of people that did like it, but I never really could get into it. I've seen a couple episodes. I wouldn't say I hated it. Number 8, ABC Monday Night Movie. That could have been anything. That's really kind of unfair. But for 1991, number 8 was, no, not Simon and Simon, Major Dad. I wonder if the other guy from Simon and Simon ever guest starred on Major Dad. I really hope so. Remember Major Dad with damn, I forgot his name. I can't believe I forgot his name. What is his name? Oh, well, I forgot his name now. Starts with a G, I think. I like that guy too. You know, the guy from Simon and Simon, Major Dad. I don't think I've ever seen it either. Number 7, 1991, Too Close for Comfort. It's got the guy from Caddyshack in it. And it has Jim J. Bullock. So you know it's a good show. And that one goes up against Murder, She Wrote. Never cared about Murder, She Wrote. But I found this interesting when I was making this video. Did you know the original title for Murder, She Wrote was Things That Bitch Talks About? But CBS felt it wouldn't play in Middle America. So they changed it to Murder, She Wrote. Well, at least that's what I heard. Number 6. You know I love this one. The Dukes of Hazzard. What a great show. At least it was great back then. I don't know. I hadn't seen it in a while. Hopefully it still stands up. Holds up, I should say. And that goes against one of the worst shows ever, Full House. I hate Full House. And I'll be honest with you, I never probably sat down and watched a whole episode. I don't want to. I tried to watch it one time, and it was so sweet I got a cavity. Full House, yuck. Number 7, Alice. Remember Alice with Flo? Kiss My Grits. Oh, that was a great show. Alice. Up against, well, I got it. What the hell? I got 2 things written here. Hold on. I got to check my notes now. What the hell? Sorry about that. That goes up against Home Improvement. Tim Taylor, I don't know. Tool Time Taylor. Remember that Home Improvement with Tim Allen? I watched a few episodes. I can't tell you much about it. Number four. Three's Company. Now that's a classic. Man, I wish somebody would put one of them streaming services would put up a Three's Company. I haven't seen that in years. I love Jack Tripper. Was anything better than the Ropers, Mr. and Mrs. Roper? Mr. Furley was even great. I even liked Larry. I didn't like that floozy lady that was always trying to get Jack. That looked like she was about 50 years old. Forget her name. Lana, was that her name? Anyway, and it went up against Cheers. Now, of course, we've all heard about how great Cheers is. I thought it would be probably number one for 1991. But Cheers, I've watched it. I've watched it here and there. I hear good things. I'm sure I would love it. It's made by the same people that made Taxi, and I love it. So, Cheers. Number three, highest rating television show of 1981. We're moving on up to a deluxe department in the sky. The Jeffersons. Another classic, man. Tom Willis? Was anyone more fearsome on television than Tom Willis? Well, what did it go up against? Murphy Brown. Never seen one episode. And yes, I'm judging it on that. Never cared to. Murphy Brown. Yuck. Number two, highest rating television show of 1981. 60 Minutes. 1981. That's the last thing I wanted to watch was some damn 60 Minutes. Remember that joke? Your mama's so stupid it takes her 2 hours to watch 60 Minutes. Oh, that was classic back in the 80s. And let's go on to number two for 1991, Roseanne. Now, Roseanne started in the 80s, and I really like the first couple of seasons. I tapped out. It just got too goofy or too stupid. The first one or two seasons I really enjoyed, and then I kind of tapped out after that. This is 91, so we're probably about midway through the series, so maybe it was still holding up. Number one television show of 1981. Oh, my parents watched it. My grandparents watched it. I, of course, seen some of it. We're talking Dallas. Who Shot JR? One of the biggest shows. And yes, it's a nighttime soap opera and everything, but it was a huge hit. Classic show. And number one show of 1991, 60 Minutes. Damn, 60 Minutes still in the top two. It was number two in 81 and now number one. The highest rating television show in 1991. 60 Minutes. Oh, okay. We skipped that. So, let's see. Let's just right into the movies here. Let's get into the movies and compare 81 to 91. Number 10, Time Bandits. Okay, I've never seen it. Never seen Time Bandits. But I hear a lot about it, so I'm going to call it a classic 80s classic movie. Going against City Slickers. That's a funny movie. I haven't seen City Slickers since about the time it came out. I remember really laughing and really enjoying that one. I remember not liking City Slickers 2. So maybe I need to go back and watch them both. That should have been in my series of movie trilogies. Movies they should have kept making. They're never going to bring back City Slickers. Let's get a 3. Number 4, The Four Seasons. I thought that was a hotel or something. I didn't know that was a movie. Don't know what that is. I think Alan Allen might be in it just because I did a video about 1981 movies a while back. That goes against Hot Shots. Oh, that's a funny one. Hot Shots. Remember that one? Number 8, James Bond. James Bond for Your Eyes Only. Not the best James Bond movie. I wouldn't call it the worst James Bond movie. It's James Bond. And it goes up against, well, not to go up against, but overall, 1991 to 91, Cape Fear. The remake. That's a damn good movie. I watched that probably about a year ago, and it's still Cape Fear. If you've never seen Cape Fear, the original or the remake, watch them both. Classic. Great films. And man, Robert De Niro he's great in that movie. Let's see here. Where were we at? I lost my place here. For Your Eyes Only. Okay, number 7. I'm so sick of hearing about this movie. Chariots of Fire. You know that movie where people running around on the beach all the time. I think I have a bias for it because it was up for Best Picture and so was Raiders, and I think this one won, and I got all upset that Raiders didn't win. But in 1991 we had The Addams Family. The Addams Family. It didn't come out right. I know a lot of people really enjoyed that movie. I saw it. Went to see it, saw it, never thought about it again, didn't hate it, didn't love it, it was just a movie. The Addams Family. Never was a big fan of the television show either. Number 6. No group of people ever had more fun than at this number 6 movie, The Cannonball Run. Everybody was on this. Of course, Burt Reynolds, Dom DeLuise, Daisy from the Dukes of Hazzard. You name it, they were in it. I think Frank Sinatra was in it, if I remember right. Great show, and great movie. And it went up against JFK, number 6. And JFK is one of my favorite movies of all times. Made my top 3. Might be my favorite movie of all time. JFK. I really love. But Junkman, it's not true. They distort the fact. I don't care. It's not a documentary. That's not what I'm watching. It's entertaining. Let's see here. Number 5, classic comedy. At least the first half. Stripes. Kind of tanks the second half of the movie. And what was the number 5 movie of 1991? A series of movies, and they turned into a TV show and really dug this one into the ground. They really gotten carried away with that. Silence of the Lambs. You got Silence of the Lambs. You know, there's a lot of sequels and prequels. I think there's 2 different television shows. They really just, they ruined that franchise. So we got that. Number 4, another classic comedy, Arthur. Dudley Moore. Do I need to say more? Dudley Moore. So we got Dudley Moore. Number 4. One of Steven Spielberg's worst films, if you ask me, Hook. Went in the movie to see it. Went in the movie to saw it. Didn't like it. Don't care to ever see it again. And number 3, one of the best comic book movies, Superman 2. If you do the list of the top 100 best comic book movies, I bet you Superman 2 would be in the top 20. It's a great movie. And it goes up against Beauty and the Beast. A cartoon. I've never seen it. In 1991, the last thing I wanted to go see was a cartoon. I've heard good things. Sure, it's good. Whatever. I don't care anything about seeing it. Number 2, Own Golden Pond. I've never seen this one either, but I did once see a movie called Own Goldie Blonde. I don't think it was a sequel or anything. At least I hope not. A lot of naked folks in that movie, but it went up against number 2 movie in 1991. Talked about it already. Prince of Thieves, that Robin Hood movie with Kevin Costner. You know, the one that shows his naked butt. I'm sure you remember that. And the number 1 movie in 1981, of course, was Raiders of the Lost Ark. And what was the number 1 movie of 1991? Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Now, Raiders is great. Raiders beats Terminator. Come on. But Terminator 2 is a damn great movie. Probably one of the best sequels ever made. That's a solid list right there. That's a hard one. What movies are better, 91 or 81? That's a solid list. You have to admit. The music, I think, leans more to the 80s, at least for me. The TV shows, probably more to the 80s for me also. But this 90s might take it for this movie list. Okay, now for the top 10 cartoons, I couldn't find an actual ranking of the TV ratings. So I just did 10 popular ones and compare them. So number 10, Smurfs, 1981, huge movie. It was huge. Everybody loved the Smurfs for 1991. Now this is premiere year I'm doing. The cartoon started this year. Rugrats. I don't know nothing about no Rugrats. I seen it. It looks stupid. Never watched it. Number 9, Trollkins. Trollkins. I don't even know what that is. I'll put a picture up. I don't know. Maybe you know what that is, so I can't talk about it. 1991, Doug. Just the name of it sounds like something I don't want to watch. Doug. If it ain't about Doug Llewellyn, now I don't care about seeing a cartoon about Doug. Number 8, Black Star. Hear a lot of people talk about. People grow up with the action figure and watch the cartoon Black Star. So, 1991, Ren and Stimpy. Classic. Now, I didn't watch much cartoons back then, but I had to watch Ren and Stimpy time to time. My ex-wife, who I was dating at the time, loved Ren and Stimpy. Let's see, where are we at now? Ren and Stimpy. Oh, number 7, 1981, Superman and His Amazing Friends. Great classic cartoon series right there. 1991, Darkwing Duck. I think this is where they turned Donald Duck into a superhero or something. I don't know. Number 6, they took a television show, turned it into a cartoon. They were good at doing that in the 80s. Laverne and Shirley in the Army now. I guess it's Laverne and Shirley in the Army. But great show. But I wouldn't say it was a great show. It was real good. I remember watching it. I think they had a dog on it. I can't remember much about it. Versus Liquid Television. Now, I remember watching that and liking it, but I can't really remember anything about it. Liquid Television. Number 5 cartoon, Shazam. I remember the live action TV show. I don't remember watching the cartoon. And 1991, The Adventures of Tintin. I know what Tintin is because there's a movie about it, but it's all. I really don't know these cartoons. Number 4, 1981, Hero High. I don't remember that either, Hero High. And then 1991, Back to the Future, the cartoon series. Man, that took a long time from the release of the movie to get to a cartoon series. Number 2, The New Adventures of Zorro. I don't remember this cartoon in 1981 either. Guess I was busy watching the Rubik's Cube cartoon. 1991, James Bond Jr. Yeah, there was a James Bond Jr. cartoon series. Even did an action figure line on it. Number 1. Again, this isn't in order like the other ones. Number 1, Space Stars cartoon. I don't know what that is. Maybe you do. I don't know that one. Maybe I was watching Grape Ape and didn't pay attention to that. I was too busy getting on the Cartoon USA Express. Number 1, well, again, the numbers here on this one don't mean much, but 1991, Toxic Crusaders, a cartoon based on the Toxic Avenger. A lot of you guys out there seem to really enjoy. Now, let's go to the top toy. I only did top 5 toys. It was hard to come up with a list of everything released in 1981 that was popular. So I just did 5. And this video is probably dragging out too long as it is. Number 5, one of the most popular toys was the Lego train set. I don't remember this thing, but every list I saw, it was top of the list. It was very popular. Number 5, 1991, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I know a lot of you guys out there love the Ninja Turtles. I think I just missed the boat on that one. Number 4, this one I didn't miss the boat at all. Masters of the Universe. The He-Man toys. Great toy line. Sure, Star Wars is great. He-Man's in the top 5, at least for the 80s. And 1991, WWF Wrestling Buddies. These are kind of stuffed animal teddy bears that look like wrestlers that you roll around the floor with and fight. I'm going to bite my tongue on that one. I don't want to get suspended from YouTube. I've already lost my Twitter account. Number 3, Strawberry Shortcake. Ugh. So let's go. My Pal Robot. My Pal 2 Robot. I don't know what that is. From 1991. Number 2 cartoon. Number 2 toy. I didn't mean cartoon. Rubik's Cube. How popular was the Rubik's Cube around this time? I mean, there was a whole craze. I mean, you had the cartoon. You had books. You had everything. You had necklaces. You had socks, shirts. Everybody was in the Rubik's Cube. And 1991, everybody was into Vanilla Ice electronic rap game. That sounds like... I better cut that out. Number 1, Smurf toys. Of course, Smurfs was a big hit on television as a cartoon, and it was huge. But they also had, in 1991, Super Nintendo. We thought nothing could get better than the Nintendo, and then came along the Super Nintendo. Man, it was really great. So that's a look at the toys right there. I'm going to lean 80s again, but I'm an 80s kid. By the 90s, I was into more the collecting side of toys. So again, that's a look at music, television shows. We went down the list. And so now, in the description below, and I'm going to pin in the comments, is a link so you can go vote. And then next week, we'll come back and we'll talk about the results and see what you guys decide what is better, 1981 or 1991. I'm going to call it, being I know the age group of my channel, and I know what you guys like. I bet 1981 is going to be voted. But you're going to get to vote for each category, and then an overall vote. So hopefully it's going to be a lot of fun, and kind of a little interactive for everybody. Well, I guess that's it. In the comments below, let me know some stuff you liked in 1981 and 1991, or some stuff from each year you hated. I guess that's it. Until the next video, thumb up so you like my content, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk again soon.
Junkman.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.